actually put up on the stream. Okay, we already have a couple of problems, it appears. Where's that logo?
Ooh, problems!
We have a problem. So it's fine.
It's Heroes Day.
So we're gonna have Heroes Day again real soon, brother. Okay, I think we're ready to go. So, without further ado, let's get on with the stream. Hey everybody, this is Stormy with the capital Z. I'm joined by NewbieXD and Asking the Gapster today. This is the Capital Z Hour podcast, and today's podcast is going to be a rather simpler topic. We're just going to be talking about a couple of games that are considered as our favorite games. I got a list of stuff over here, like favorite game you played, the favorite character, the favorite game lore, and stuff like that. So without further ado, let's begin with the podcast.
Yo. I'm on the stream. I don't see your face.
Of course you are.
Ah, here he is!
Yeah, there you go.
The Stormy, you're wearing glasses. I also need those technically, but I'm not wearing any because I'm very smart.
Don't want to look like a nerd, it appears.
Oh my god, you should see my glasses. They're like nerdiest thing you've ever seen in your life.
And thankfully NewbieXD actually has a GIF file on his profile, so we got something moving up there instead of something that would not be doing anything there. So I'm getting word that we may get 3 more participants that join us. Duct Tape just mentioned that he would join. Theodore said he's joining in 2 minutes. And one more guy, that's Warboss. Warboss said that he'll likely be joining as well. Of course, we can start off right away. So we're gonna go over a couple of questions over here and talk about some games. Some topic. No, the way forward is not today's topic. This topic is game code, and the first question for today's quiz will be your favorite game. So, asking your first in line. Hey there, Theodore. You're right in time.
That's like the easiest question here. My favorite game of all time is obviously Warcraft 3.
Oh, that's a smart man. Same here.
So yeah, we got 2 people agreeing with the same question over there.
Oh, obviously, there is a caveat. It is before Reforged, which forces Warcraft 3 to be shit.
And hey there, Warboss is also here. Hey Warboss.
Are people doing webcams? Oh shit. Okay, give me a sec.
Oh, that's on you completely. If you want, you can put it up, and otherwise I
can. Man, how can I deprive the people of my beautiful face?
Of course.
How can you deprive the people?
I cannot. That's the reason.
You definitely shouldn't. There we go. We can see your face now, brother. So I'm gonna have to pull this to be a bit more bigger, and yeah. So I'm gonna put Osking's name up there.
I think right now everyone here needs glasses. I don't know Newbie if he does or doesn't.
Newbie
I'm wearing one right now.
There we go.
For me, it's like weird because I don't really need them that much. Like I only have like 0.25 for my glasses, so it's not that bad. It's just like if I go outside. And right now it's winter, and when the bus comes and it's very bright, I cannot fucking read what's written.
Yeah, stuff like that happens. Yeah, I have a problem with my glasses, as in when I'm not wearing it, and suppose you come in front of me and you're a bit distant from me, and I can't figure out whether you're actually where you're looking. Like, I can't figure out where the eyeballs are, like here and there, and I'm like, are you looking at me? By the way, Theodore, I'm gonna use your old name on the stream then, if you don't mind.
Vegeta, that's fine. Yeah, you can go for Vegeta. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm just gonna use that name there. So this is Theodore.
I didn't hear what
Vegeta.
Newbie said. Do you need glasses or not?
Yeah, he does.
Okay, so yeah, we all need glasses.
Everybody
I
needs.
wonder what's the common denominator here.
A big giant screen in front of my eyes for 16 hours a day. That is
Big
Probably a
giant
thing
screen.
there. Probably a thing there.
Also, hello everyone.
Oh, hey
Hey,
there. Hey, is that duct tape?
Yo.
Hey there.
Yes.
6 people. Right. Hey, duct tape, are you going to be revealing your beautiful face? Or should I put down your logo on the stream?
My logo is fine.
Yeah,
That is my face. Look at my face.
actually, that works out.
By the way, just I showed my glasses earlier, but for Vegeta here, Theodore, whatever.
Yeah, at the end of the day, they're just gonna call him Vegeta. From
it's the best. You know, you get that hipster look that girls like. It's fine. It's all there is good.
as long as the girls like it.
I don't really need it unless I'm watching a movie or something, and I need to read something like far away, and then that's.
For me, it's like far away stuff that I need it for, but I do have screen protection lenses, so that's why I use it when I work or like when I use a screen because protects them.
I actually used
I don't really need it.
protection lenses. I mean,
Yeah,
I never had glasses, but protection lenses, yes. I used them
Yeah.
for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, like the main reason I said, like I work from home and my job being a software engineer means I am in front of a computer for like 8 hours for work, and then I'm in front of a computer for 8 hours to play games. So I need those protection.
Okay, I don't need to put down Duct Tape's name. His name is already on his profile pic, and everybody knows Warboss, so we don't need the name there. It doesn't need an introduction there, right? Am I
Has your
right?
stream Yep. Has your stream started?
Yeah, stream's
Yeah.
already started. Okay, so without further ado, I believe everybody is here. So the first question for the day will be your favorite game, and asking Vegeta, myself and NewbieXD have already answered to the question. Well, technically
Yeah.
Newbie hasn't done that, but we already know the answer. We know the answer, right,
What?
Newbie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
What's your favorite game ever?
Skyrim.
What? Come on! I thought we were on the Warcraft.
That's a good game. No,
Okay,
that's a good game.
though. That's actually a good game. I wouldn't really say that's a bad game. Skyrim was
I've
like
wasted
super
so
hot.
much time on Skyrim.
I mean, I wouldn't really say you wasted
Super
time.
hot.
It was
Hmm,
super
super
hot
hot was
in.
amazing.
What was the year again? It was probably 2013 or.
No, I think
2011.
yeah, it was earlier than that. I was still in high school, so it was
It
quite.
was-
It was probably
It was released on 11/11/11. I remember that.
11, 11.
Oh,
It was
and
probably
a kid
12
was
then.
born who
That
was named over
Yeah.
that day.
And I feel like it was like the special super number, I don't fucking know, 10 edition was released like 215.
Special edition, I think, in 16 or 16.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Before they were
They
released
are going-
definitive edition.
No, even they are like re-releasing Skyrim on like all the different platforms. And even Bethesda say, watch out, it's gonna come to your Samsung Smart TV.
Oh yeah, that video. That was amazing.
God.
To their defense, Minecraft I think has released on more platforms than Skyrim.
Oh my. You're right. I
That's
played
right.
it on my
That's
phone during
Actually,
high
a very
school.
appropriate. Yeah, that
Yep.
that is true.
Minecraft Pocket Edition I think it was called, the one on the phones at some point.
Right, it's called Pocket
Hopefully
Edition.
we'll have Minecraft which we can play on our smartwatches someday.
No man, no. See, I view the future. You get one of those fridges where you can force it to make ice, and that's the one you gotta play
The
Minecraft on.
Xbox,
It's
the new
right.
Xbox is a fridge.
It is one. You're not wrong. It's a mini fridge.
So, two more guys are left out to actually answer the question. Duct tape and War Boss. Interesting
Well,
question, I
I'd
guess.
put 2 candidates for it if it's valid.
Okay, that
Like
also
2
works.
candidates on it.
Works.
One is Age of Empires 2, which is unsurprising, and the second is actually Rocket League.
You know what?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
He's the only cool dude over here. Like everybody else just doesn't matter. Everybody else is invalid here. He's the only real guy here. He's the guy that actually spoke of a game that deserves to be the best game ever candidate.
Is that Rocket League?
Yeah, Sage.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to say GTA 5, but just
Which
some
one?
parts of it
The
isn't
GTA
as
5
polished.
for the PlayStation 4, the GTA 5 for the PlayStation 3, the GTA 5 for the Xbox, or the GTA 5 for the PC.
Oh, for the fridge.
I only played the one on the
PC.
Xbox so far.
Fridge.
Yeah.
PC Master.
Because another game that I really like is actually Fallout 4, but it's not as good
Progressively
as
angry
Skyrim.
Alan
I
Main
feel.
said no.
I feel like
You.
because I played all the Fallouts, but like probably the one that I like the most, New Vegas.
New Vegas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
New
boy.
Vegas. It's just the problem I had with it though is like I
Progressively
honestly,
angry
dude, this
Alan
is the
Main
weird
said
thing,
no.
right? I haven't played
You.
New Vegas till this year,
Incarnate.
and I started playing it before Cyberpunk came out, and that was a mistake because what happened was I played it, so I bought it 2 days before Cyberpunk came out. And I had about 20 hours by the time Cyberpunk came out into the game. So in like 2 days, I literally just played Fallout New Vegas for like 10 hours each day. And then Cyberpunk came out, and I was like, well, I gotta put that on pause now. But yeah, no, it was fucking great. I really enjoyed it. Like the story and stuff like that. The main reason I didn't really like Fallout games were like, every time they felt too dreary or just too like, too, I don't want to say boring, but too post-apocalyptic, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Dead, I would say.
Yeah.
Everything is
Exactly, yeah. And like, Fallout 4, I did enjoy with mods. Let me make that clear.
yeah.
With mods, I did enjoy the base building, don't get me wrong, but again, it felt a bit too dead. And Fallout 3, like, I felt really bad because every time I play Fallout 3, I play it, I nuke the town, and then I stop playing. And I've done that like about 4 times at this point. So I was like,
What
I
about
kept playing
76?
3.
Why would you want to nuke the town to begin with, man? You're just bad.
But what about
because it gives you a lot of
76?
money. That is the main reason.
Also, Warboss mentioned something here. Fable: The Lost Chapter and Overlord 1. Well,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not sure about Overlord.
I remember
Ooh, it's
playing
him.
the Fable series. Oh, hello. Oh,
Someone
I
you
remember
joined?
playing-
Hello.
Yes, somebody joined.
I remember
And
playing the
it's-
Fable series. So Fable 1 is a decent game. Fable
Yeah.
2 is a not quite decent game, and Fable 3 is a decent game, but the easiest way to beat Fable 3 is to become a fucking landlord.
Dude, I fucking love the fact that Fable 3, so I played Fable 3 as well, and I've played the first one. I've never played the second one. I don't know about that one at all. But the third one, I just fucking love the fact that your brother is a greedy son of a bitch. It's actually meaning he's a good guy because he's trying to save the empire. I really like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
All right.
and then you are collecting all the rent
Yep.
from your
Yep.
people, and then be like, okay, I put this money into a treasury. Let's win the game.
Also, Stormy, I missed it. What was your favorite game? Sorry, I missed that.
I mean, it's kind of obvious, don't you think?
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, I want to make it okay.
Favorite game is Jumpstop.
Okay,
Goat
yeah, I mean,
Simulator.
yeah,
I am very disappointed. I thought it was Flappy Bird, but it's okay.
yeah.
Do you remember that game?
Night
I
the
completely
Caveman is
missed the
here.
trend on
He
that.
needs no introduction, so I will not put down his name on the stream either.
Oh, I almost forget about one game. Half-Life
so what-
2. That
what's
shit is amazing.
Half-Life 2. Oh my god, that thing was that
Half-Life
thing,
3 is
like
my favorite.
blew some records there. Like you're like crazy behind Half-Life 2 in one of those decades there.
Fun
I was-
fact, Half-Life 1, I think, is the most selling PC game ever.
No,
is it?
that would be
doubt-
Half-Life.
I really
Minecraft,
doubt.
right?
Yeah, I really doubt it is that. But
the highest selling PC game ever is Minecraft, actually,
yeah,
Actually,
of all time.
I can believe it was the highest
What
PC
about
gaming
Tetris?
selling game at some point.
Was you're probably
Yeah.
right. Then
Uh,
2009.
Yeah, exactly.
But-
Yeah, Minecraft is
but
2007, but yeah, it blew up in 2009. Tetris, it's mainly actually like it is quite popular, obviously on PC, but it is a very big.
game.
It's an arcade game mainly.
Like there are so many versions of Tetris, but Minecraft is like Minecraft.
Yeah,
And then there's Half-Life 2, guys.
yeah.
Like,
Dude,
even like a decade after Half-Life 2 came out, I played it like not too long ago, and it's still by far one of the best FPS I ever played.
I still need to play it. I feel really bad. Like in my defense, when Half-Life came out, I was 4. When Half-Life 2 came out, I was like 7. So
Well-
that is my defense for not playing those games when they came out. I do have Black Mesa, which I'm currently playing through. It's really good.
I
So
was 1 when Warcraft came out. It's my favorite game.
oh yeah, no. Like Warcraft is still my favorite game, and I was 5, and I've been playing since release. But yeah.
Okay, yeah, I guess you can switch choices. That's fine. So yeah, Knight. I guess you can also mention your obvious favorite game then.
I have a list. Where's the list?
Your favorite
Nice.
game, man. What
This
about
guy's like me.
I'm gonna put all of you on the list.
I'm
you all
assuming
just
it's
made the
Dawn of
list.
War. I'm assuming it's Dawn of War at this point.
Let's go.
Nah.
Nah.
It's pretty good actually. I mean,
Nah.
I really like Dawn of War.
I actually completed that giant list that I posted.
Yeah,
for-
I saw
think it'll
that
take too long.
entire list of yours.
How many favorite games does he have?
Well,
My favorite game of all time, I picked Rise of Legends for that category.
it's Rise of Legends. It's the game that he basically made a hermit community over here, and that's literally the only
Hermit
game that's
community, yeah,
actually
sure.
active here right now. All
It's
the other games
the-
are
Yeah,
super
the
inactive.
It's-
community is the most active, so
Yeah,
that
they
one
are-
the haters.
Yeah,
Is this community the entire population of that online game community?
yes, actually it is. It is the only community that has the
Together
online.
with the Russian part of the server, yeah, it pretty much is.
Oh boy.
I have no idea what that game is, by the way. Never heard of it.
Well, yeah, Knight,
It's some
you can hijack him.
it's just some RTS game that I really
Some
like.
RTS,
But I
you know,
posted- yeah.
some
RTS
RTS.
games are amazing.
If you can think about it, so you start, I think it was like a Stone Age, and you get up to the Future Age, something like that.
No. That's
No,
That's
you're wrong.
Rise of
Wait,
Nations.
The
That's
thing
Empire.
with Rise of Legends is that you have 3 factions, and all 3 of them are entirely different from each other. One of them is steampunk-based industrial faction. One of them is a
yeah.
fantastical magic-based faction.
Yeah.
And the other one is a basically futuristic Aztec faction, if that makes sense. They're powered by the sun.
Makes a lot
But
of sense.
just my defense, right? They're made by the same dev, right? Because that's why I remember, like, it's the Rise series, something
It
like
is from the Rise series actually. It's called Rise of Nations, Rise of Legends, but it's a completely
Yeah.
different game. Like it's not Rise of Nations.
Okay.
It's completely different.
Okay.
They
Rise of
carried forward the
Nation?
border mechanic, but everything else has changed.
that. Rise of Nations is the one where you go from Stone Age to Future Age.
Yeah.
Yes, and you have a border mechanic where
Yeah.
when you build a town hall, you expand border.
Yeah.
That part is transferred, but everything else, and the music is a bit similar, but everything else has changed.
Yeah.
And I
mean-
uploaded my list and no mic chat, so it's a giant list if you guys want to have a look
You
at
all
it.
made the list.
I will
See, the thing though is like when you say you made the list, right? All that sounds to me, it's Davi. That's all it sounds, like. So
the list
Warhammer Dwarves, you made the list. You are on the list. You have wronged me. Therefore, you are on the grudge list. And I will deal with you.
We should just make a list, a giant list like this, and then we'll be like, put your favorite people from this server on the list. Let's give people some challenge.
Yeah, that would be cool. Actually, yeah, that would.
I'm
kind
gonna
of be
put
fun.
Stormy in the least favorite, just to piss him off.
To be fair, Dallas is very biased just because I only show up for the podcast. I don't really play games on the server. I'm like, nah, fuck you guys. I'm gonna play Arma. Fuck. To be fair, Stormy, I was gonna invite you, but you were offline. I feel really bad. I played multiplayer against AI, don't mind you. Age of Empires 2. And no. In my defense, right? So I was playing with a friend of mine, and she was like, "Oh yeah, let's play multiplayer." And I was like, "Okay, we'll put the AI on normal difficulty, right?" She's like, "No, let's bump it up to hard."
Oh,
and I'm
God.
like, "No," and I was like, "Okay, that's fine." Just put in perspective, at this point when I played with her, I hadn't played AoE 2 Definitive Edition, whatever, or just AoE 2 in general, in about half to a year. And even before that, this edition, I haven't really played it, right? So I don't really know all the seeds and stuff. Anyway, so I'm like, yeah, sure, we'll go with hard. I'm like, do you know how to play? And she's like, oh yeah, I have 20 hours in the game. And I'm like, okay. And then, I usually just go like, okay, I will put in hard. We'll start in the first save and we end in the end, right? And she's like, oh, why are we not starting in Castle Age? And I'm like, no, we're starting in the first age. And then she's like, I think like the new thing has like a thing where the AI doesn't tag you for a certain amount of time. And she wanted to put it for like an hour, so the AI wouldn't tag you for an hour. And I was like,
God.
I was like, what's the point in that?
That, like, are you gonna play Sims or what?
Exactly, yeah.
If you wanna play Sims, then that's a completely different thing there.
We did it with like the AI attacks you as soon as possible and all that stuff on hard. And I was doing okay. She got wrecked. But
You got wrecked.
eventually, so she was like, "Oh no, let's restart, let's do this because now I know what to do. Now I know to build troops." Obviously, she didn't build troops. It was fine. And then I ended up doing a 1v2 versus 2 normals, which, in my opinion, as someone who this was my second versus AI outside of campaign game in years, I felt good about. And all I did was play 2 turns and spam paladins and trebuchets.
The Teutons are actually really good and
But it was great. We won.
did the right thing. Perfect.
Yeah, because I was like, oh no, sorry, no. Was it Teutons or Franks? Which one? I think it might have been Franks.
Yeah,
Frank
I
spam
forgot about
paladin.
that.
Teutons
Frank
spam
Paladin. Frank Paladin.
Frank
Yeah,
Paladin,
like-
yeah.
Yeah. I think it was Franks with paladins.
Okay,
Trebuchets.
since we don't really have all night, well, we kind of do, but all at the same time we don't. So we're gonna move on to the next question now. Next question is game you spend most number of hours playing. Now, well, you could actually, we could actually have like 2 games over here. One would be the one recorded on your Steam thing, because that actually records the number of hours, and I'm
I'd
not
like
really
to answer first.
aware of any other platform that actually does it that way, so you don't really know the exact number of hours. But I would safely say I probably played Warcraft 3 the most in compared to other games. And if I had to go on Steam, the game that I played most, that is 297 hours, is Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition.
Okay. I really need to add to this one.
Mhm.
So,
For me, right?
like when I was okay, you can tell me.
Yeah, unofficially, it's most likely Warcraft because I've been playing that almost on a daily basis since I think December. But recorded timing, it's Skyrim, 310 hours on Steam. Special edition has 38.7 hours. And if you count the Nintendo Switch, I have another 120 hours on that shit.
You probably have more number of hours than any other game cumulative in that case. Okay, Duct Tape, you're up next.
Okay, so this is a small story time, if you would.
Okay,
So
yeah,
when I was like,
It's all about story time here.
so when I
Sorry,
was
had a
like
phone
about
call.
6 or 7, we got a PC for me. And back then, the first 2 games I played, like it was pretty random what kind of games I would get. So I got some few racing games, and that's what I was playing. Then one day, like it was 2006 or 7, my neighbor gave me a disc. Okay, he just gifted me a disc of a game. It was a pretty old game. It was worn out and stuff. He said he never used it, and I saw the disc. It was like 8 or something.
Mythology.
I put it in.
Mythology.
8 of something. I put it
Age of
in. And
Wonders.
it was actually the disc for Age of Empires 1 and 2. Like both of them were in the disc.
Lovely.
It was a collection. thing, but the package was damaged and stuff. It was pretty old, but it wasn't used, I guess.
Oh,
Because I
damn.
put it in and I played it, and the base edition of I couldn't get into Age of Empires 1, but 2, ever since I was 7, like in 2007, till today, I've been playing that game. Like, I played it without Steam, so I don't have the record.
Yeah.
I played all throughout my life. So that's one game. And on Steam, the highest number of hours I have is Rocket League,
Yep.
which was the first Steam game, strangely, with 2,730 hours.
I'm sorry, I had a phone call and I completely missed like.
I
last
probably had
time.
over 5,000-6,000 hours in AoE because like it was like whole childhood was just Age of Empires and RTS. So yeah.
All about the age.
I mean, those are great games. Like, no
We're
one.
already talking about Age of Empires. This is something I'm kind of ashamed of, to be honest. But when I was a kid, I think actually not sure which friend introduced me to Age of Empires, but I didn't have both of them. I think I had either the second disc or the first disc thing. And one of my friends gave me a pirated version of the other game.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, no, I didn't have the disc. One of my friends had the disc, and one of my other friends gave me a pirated version. I haven't played it for too long. But my other friend like loved Age of Empires way more than I did. I think I had like a couple of hours on it. I was more of the Warcraft guy. I was the Warcraft.
So is Warcraft your most played game then?
I think so. I've been playing that game
What
for
about
way too
Heroes
long.
though?
My entire childhood is filled with like hours of the. But it's also possible Stronghold is my played game. I played it for longer than Warcraft, but I'm not sure which
Is that
I have
is
more
that,
hours into.
is that the first Stronghold Crusader game or the second? Or
First Stronghold Crusader. I still have it.
yeah, it's a great game.
Oh, okay. The reason I used to play is because it's a funny thing. Actually, my dad introduced me into gaming with the game. It was either that game, Stronghold, or Zoo. Either one of those was the first technically video game I've ever played. And the reason I played it is because he also loved the game and he wanted to officially complete like the campaign. No, it's not really a campaign. And it's hard. It's really hard. Like, you wouldn't expect such an old game to be this hard, but it's so hard.
I would say the opposite. Most old games are quite hard. Cool. Anyway, next up, who is it next up? Newbie?
Wait.
We already answered
Sorry.
this.
I wanted to say one last thing. Is my dad used to work like really late, so we had to like stay at like 12, which for me I was like 7. It's like for a long time, and we used to like stay at 12 thinking of new strategies. We're like, yeah, what if you do this and you do that?
Yeah, all I can think of myself when you say you're I used to be 7 and stay up to 12. All I can think is like me staying up to like 1 in the morning, and my mom screaming at me, "Go to fucking bed already!" Because the computer was in like the living room. So, I was up there playing House of the Dead. And like,
Oh my god.
1 in the morning as a 7-year-old was great. And I was like, get to fucking sleep.
That's a
Yeah, next up I think Newbie, right?
We already said
Ah, what?
last-
Yeah, I said mine already.
Warboss?
Muted.
Well,
Warboss
by the
isn't
way, you should
muted, he's
use
just going to.
GPS.
Well, it's those games I mentioned. So what was the Stormy? What was the most played games? Right, that was the topic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
most number
Yeah.
of hours covered in a single game.
Okay, so Warboss, if you have any most played game, he says on Steam it's Don't Starve Together.
Makes complete sense. Best
But what
Harvard
about in
game
general?
ever.
Because well, I can say something, but I'll wait for my turn, I guess.
It's your turn.
Is it? I mean, does Warboss have other stuff to say? In general, Fable 1 and Overlord 1, because I keep replaying them, says Warboss.
Overlord 1 is
I
pretty
don't
good.
know. Tell me more about it.
Overlord 1 is really great.
I think Overlord 1 is centered around you being an evil lord and having minions and doing bad stuff.
So pretty much Overlord 1, you control this big bad guy, and you have a big mace, and you can hit people hard. But then you also have like 4 types of minions, which are obviously each of them are good for a certain task or something like that. And you can control them, or you can like have different parts of your army be of certain amount of minions and stuff like that. And it's just a very silly game in a sense, as in you'll go in a town and you'll send your minions to attack a tavern, for example, and then they'll come out drinking beer and pissing off the tables. And that is not me exaggerating it. That's literally what they do. They jump on tables and start taking a piss while they drink a beer.
Sounds like a good game.
It is a really good game. The first one is really good. The second one is also really good. The offshoots, they're complete garbage. Do not touch those games. That's about it. But it's like the idea about Overlord, right? Is you are the I don't know if you guys seen Wreck-It Ralph, the movie. It's like you're the bad guy, but you're not.
But you're not bad guy.
Yeah, you're not the bad guy. Yeah.
But you're not the bad guy.
It's like you're supposed to be the bad guy.
It's like being a Chaos Space Marine.
It's more like it's more like like the heroes themselves. Yeah, they defeated the evil overlord, but they themselves are very like greedy and lazy and all that stuff. So for example, like the halfling hero, he just kept eating and got so super fat and just was a complete I don't know if you've seen Austin Powers, the Scotsman.
Yes.
Kind of, yeah. It's kind of like the halfling got like that fat, and he was like just rolling around killing people, and he was killing halflings that wouldn't give him food and that type of shit, right? So the heroes got their power get to their head, and you're just kind of like clearing up the heroes. It's actually fun, like Also, you get laid a lot in that game, which is great. But yeah. It's a good game. Why am I talking about it? I'm sorry, Warboss. If you want to talk about it, I cannot see stream chat. Sorry.
I guess he's happy
not
you kind of explained it for him.
Chat, actually. Yeah, and
it's in no my chat.
Happier if you
it's Fable 1 and Overlord.
Also, Warboss, you should use /TTS, so we wouldn't have to read it, We can just...
Oh,
that's a smart idea.
Sorry, I'll shut up. It's a great game.
Like, you guys just told me about Overlord. So it's like
you have the right to remain silent.
Well,
oh God.
What about you, Knight?
Most played, I think it's For Honor with 1,200 hours on Steam.
1,000? Seriously?
That's a lot. That is a lot.
For Honor.
I'm gonna go to my Steam account. The first game I have it like nearly 300.
Are you
Second
going to
game is
hack
100.
your Steam account to
Third is 100.
change the number?
So I mean, 3 games cumulative. I don't have 1,000 hours on that. You got 1,000 hours on one single game. Wow.
I probably have over 1,000 hours in Warcraft.
I mean,
about Warcraft.
Sure have
so
over 1,000.
probably.
I don't know. Warcraft is a difficult subject because somewhere in between playing it and using its world editor, I should technically have like 5,000 hours.
World editor counts. I don't think world editor is really a game.
Yeah, I wouldn't count world editor.
It's a part of Warcraft.
World editor is a game.
It's a game. Yes, it shows. Discord proves it. If you're using world editor on Discord, it says
whatever you make from it,
playing
you
world
eventually
editor.
get to play it. So it's a game in quotes.
Yeah, it mentions that you're playing world editor, so it's a game now. Okay,
Sure.
so let's head on to the next question now.
Oi! I haven't answered this question.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you did.
I'm the last person. No, I talk a lot. Yes, that is true. But
It's like,
no,
No
I'm
problem.
not.
No problem. Go
Criminals come.
ahead. No problem.
All right. So Steam wise, which this is really stupid. Like my 4th game, most played game on Steam, it's a fucking idle game. But ignoring that, my main played game on Steam is Total War Warhammer 2 with about 250 hours. Realistically, I have about 700 hours with like offline or very legit game time with it. Before I got a job and had money and shit.
Money!
But IRL though, it's a very hard question because ignoring like games I play as a kid and stuff like that though, I think I have maybe 3 games that can choose a top spot, but I honestly cannot tell which one of these 3 is the top one. So on number 4 would be Diablo 2, Lords of Destruction, with about 1,000 hours. Also, just to make it clear, in high school, I did not get laid and I played a lot of video games. That's why I have this many hours.
Yes, relatable.
But the idea is like, so what happened, right, was Warcraft 3 was primary and middle school. And in that game, I know for sure I have at least 4,000 hours played, probably about 6,000 if I count it overall, because just to put in perspective, I've finished all the campaigns for Reign of Chaos and Frozen Throne on hard mode every year. I do a playthrough of them just because why not? And my main games in Warcraft 3 were, if you guys remember, Secrets of the Depths RP. What was it like? Dark Ages, were like Warcraft Dark Ages, something like that, and Azeroth Wars Legacy Reborn, and also don't let me forget Coming of the Horde. Those are like my most played maps, and usually those last for like between 2 to 5 hours match. So I used to play those a lot. So I would say Warcraft 3, the minimum amount it's 4,000 hours. Realistically, it's about 6,000 hours played. Then high school was League of Legends, where I haven't really played League of Legends in like the past 4 years, I think. But high school and start of uni, I was playing a lot, and I have about 3,000 matches or something like that in that game. So again, I can assume it's about 4,000 to 5,000 hours. Sorry, 3,000 wins. So excluding the defeats, right? I'll just say I'm a good player. So I'm just gonna put it to like about 5,000 hours into that. And then the third game, it's World of Warcraft, which, yeah, a few thousand hours into that as well.
Wow, we actually have somebody that said World of Warcraft over here, guys.
Yep.
That's a game that's...
Where's my pitchfork?
Such blasphemy.
I know it's blasphemy, but do you want to hear even more blasphemy? So if I ignore private servers, I started playing World of Warcraft on official in Mist of Pandaria. just to make it worse, just to make it as worse as possible.
Actually, come to think of it, right? I think my most played game outside of Steam isn't Warcraft. It's probably MapleStory. I wasted too much time on the game.
Is that the first one, right? Because I do know they released the second one, and it's quite funny. The second one felt so bad, but the first one was so great that they just keep rolling with the first one. And they like closed off the second one. It's like the second one was like a 3D one. It was completely different than the first MapleStory. But yeah, those are like my 3 games. I will say, realistically, World of Warcraft is probably number 3. But like between League and Warcraft 3, it's quite tight. Just because once I started getting into high school, most people started to like play League. So I played a lot of League, and I was playing 8 hours a day of League. So,
by that estimate, you should already have been a professional player.
I should
know how to check your time played on Battle.net.
Nah,
you can't really. No, you can't. Because if we count Battle.net, like obviously, like I have about 1,000 hours in StarCraft as well, in StarCraft 2 as well.
Also, Battle.net launcher came afterwards. After StarCraft 2 was already launched, and after obviously.
No. But BNet is in Warcraft 3.
No. General BNet has nothing that records. Well, I was referring to the BNet launcher, but of course that doesn't have any such facility.
Yeah, but that one's inside. Oh yeah, also I probably have about 500 hours into Destiny 2.
Destiny 2.
I probably have like 1,000 hours in Heroes of the Storm just because I just leave it AFK for like hours, days even sometimes.
Yeah, he would just leave the game on.
You know what's the sad
right now? I'm not playing. It's just running right now. You
know what the sad part about Heroes of the Storm is, right? So I used to play League of Legends. I mainly played like just normal games, whatever. And whenever I played ranked, I usually just played to get gold. I didn't really care to push much forward because gold gave you all the skin rewards and bullshit. And I was like, oh, let's play Heroes of the Storm. And I played my prelim matches literally every season. And I got diamond. And I was like, why am I so good at stupid game?
All the best getting into getting your queues done. That case with time.
Yeah, no. The secret is you play Samuro, and that's about it. Just have a clone push each lane while you just go around hunt heroes. That was how I got to fucking diamond every fucking game. It's great.
I haven't heard. I usually hear the same thing for something like Kerrigan. Or
Kerrigan was shit when I was playing. Garrosh was, I think, to be fair, last time I played, Garrosh was technically like only a half-year-old. So I haven't played Heroes of the Storm in about 2 years. When they started like, oh, we're slowing down development. That's kind of when I stopped playing. Well, no, you know when I stopped playing?
Was already out, way before that.
Yeah. No.
As the board guy that knows probably like every hero released.
I think when I stopped playing was when they introduced that literally very fucking stupid character, which was a copy of Nidalee.
Kira.
Is that the African chick?
Yes, the piece of garbage that everyone hates. That's the thing that made me quit the game.
That's when I stopped. That's pretty much when I quit the game.
Same. But I recently came back because I was bored as shit.
Yeah, I was like, what's the point? Like, Heroes of the Storm is literally Warcraft, StarCraft, Diablo heroes. I don't give a shit about that stuff. Like, don't get me wrong.
I can bring Grommash, you can bring Snake Lady, you can bring one of the billions and thousands of good Warcraft characters, and you chose the black piece of garbage? What is wrong with you?
Okay,
that's racist. That's racist. That's racist.
You're banned.
Like,
you're gone. You're done.
Like,
I'm black. I'm allowed.
Again.
I'm allowed to be racist.
Done, bro.
What? No, nobody's allowed.
That was great.
But yeah,
Okay,
no.
so,
For me, it's more like
let's just end it at adding alternative heroes in the universe of Heroes of the Storm is just uninteresting.
Pretty much. No. I will say this. Right, in their defense, like, I don't mind what's her face, Orphea. Like, I feel like adding once a year a hero related to like the Raven guy, that's fine, because that is like he's the main bad guy, kind of like, or like main, one of the main people of that universe.
Was a bit unrelated, like.
Yeah, but Kira,
agree, because Orphea relates to the lore. Weirdly enough, there's lore for this game, but she relates straight to the lore, and she has some okay lore. But Kiara, what the shit is she? Do I even know her lore?
She just came out of Wakanda, No. That's just it. Just came out of Wakanda. That is Black Panther. Yeah, we're totally gonna promote this.
That is one of the sad things, because it literally, like, she came out like a few months after Wakanda, and it did feel like a cash grab, at least to me. You know what I mean? Like,
you're asking, your face is on the stream now. Everybody knows you, so they're coming after you. I would recommend
coming after. The mafia is going to chase it. You make it sound so dramatic.
Like, it's like, I'm gonna be very, very, very mean here, and I'm just like, it's fine, he's wearing a haircut that can easily like be removed, which I would, because that's what I wore when I was 16 in high school.
How do you wear a haircut? I mean,
do I look 16?
You definitely look under 18 to me.
Yeah,
what?
he's a minor.
Like a
asking, this is for adults asking. You're not allowed here.
But I had my 18th birthday 2 years ago. Come on.
You look like a kid to me, man. Like, dude, that is literally the haircut I had when I was like 15, 16. And your face.
That's okay.
No facial hair.
Okay. I think we should proceed to the next topic. Otherwise, this is just going to drag on.
Before everybody.
Sorry, Z. Yeah, go on.
No problem. Okay, so the next question is your favorite game character of all time, I guess.
Illidan!
Yeah, there we go.
What?
Favorite game character.
Oh yeah. Oskin is a teenager. That proves it.
That proves it.
Come on!
You
I'm literally 20.
Then,
Come
man.
on.
You like Illidan, so that's it.
Yeah, that's
His
like
character
the
just
definition of
It's like
him
this:
alone.
kids like Illidan, adults like Arthas,
He
and
likes
legends
it, and
like
that's the end of the
I know
story.
where
insert
you live.
some epic guy
I'll
here
beat
or
you up.
something.
Illidan is the definition of an edgelord. I am sorry. That's your favorite
Yeah,
character.
definitely.
Yeah.
I think you can put
He's fine.
Sylvanas in the legends. Yeah, I think
So,
Sylvanas will
wait,
work
wait.
out in the legends.
Garbage.
What was the question?
Honestly,
Favorite?
For me?
Okay. It's your favorite game character of all time. As in
No,
your-
but that's
Be Illidan. He's the best. He's our
It
lord.
can be a
We need to
protagonist.
praise
No,
It can
no,
be an
no.
antagonist.
that doesn't make sense with the list that I made because I
Yeah,
made favorite
it's-
male character and
Yeah,
female.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
no game character. There's two characters.
Okay, I mean,
You're
it's-
interrupting my list.
I did say
Where's
I'm
my
gonna.
axe?
I did say I'm gonna alter it. You know, the list just got Z'd.
All I'm
No.
saying here,
The list
all
is
I'm
gone.
saying
I'm going to
here,
unread the list. Don't worry.
all I'm saying here, someone was cheating. They came in prepared for this stuff. I had no idea what this stream was about and the questions were.
Okay,
So,
actually,
if you
Theodore
are
has a
honest,
good point there. Theodore has a good point.
By
Yeah.
the way, my favorite female character of all time is Snake Lady. Obvious.
What's this?
Bayonetta?
Lady. That's Lady Vash. Come
Lady
on, you don't
Vash.
even remember her
Lady
name.
Lady
Lady.
Vash.
Lady Vash. Of course I remember her name.
You're not
I
even
see,
saying
here's
her
the
name.
problem.
People would not even figure it out.
Ajara is also a snake lady.
Someone
So,
say Bayonetta.
Yeah, but what,
Did
the
anyone
Bayonetta's
forget
good.
that?
Bayonetta's good.
original Snake Lady.
Bayonetta's good.
Okay, Vegeta, you're next.
Oh, it's my turn.
Your turn.
See, I'm gonna be a bit controversial in a sense, right? So,
Controversial,
no,
yeah.
no. It's like, see, here's the problem. I play a lot of fucking games, right? Like, I tend to play most single-player RPGs that come out. So, excluding RPGs where you make your own character, because in my sense,
Yeah, obviously.
those are the
But
best
that doesn't
characters.
count because you just fell in love with your own character.
Exactly, yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Because
actually,
it's your
that makes
choice.
complete sense.
So I'm ignoring that type of stuff, right? Because you know,
Yeah,
you got the
sure.
features, you know,
But
stuff.
if you had to like go in for an already,
See,
you know,
honestly, when you asked me that question, it feels really good. Sorry, it feels really bad because, like, you know, I've played Metal Gear Solid, so I obviously love Solid Snake. I've played Warcraft, and you know, I would have honestly said Frol, but Cataclysm happened, so I cannot say Frol anymore.
well, let's assume World of Warcraft never happened then.
Yeah, like, and
In
well,
this
see,
server, World of
that's-
Warcraft never happened.
that's
so
also a
it.
problem because, like, honestly, I fucking loved Garrosh. Garrosh Hellscream was fucking great. Also, Gromash was great, but my best single-player character, in my opinion, because this is the one, like, honestly, when you asked that question, this is the first character that came to my mind, has to be Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption 2.
Right.
I have 200
deep
plus
one.
hours. I have 200 plus hours in that game. I fell in love with that character. I literally played that game in, like, not one sitting, but like that was the only game I played for like a month and a half. You know, his his successor was also alright, but Arthur Morgan, if you've played that game, you definitely understand why I picked him. But again, I do play a lot of RPGs, which I feel like on this server it's a bit biased in a sense, like I experience a lot of stories rather than, you know, strategy games where you see a more. If I were to pick a strategy game, let's just make a strategy game, it would have to be. Oh, no, it's not fucking Illidan. I'm not an edgelord. Fuck off.
Come on.
About being an edgelord. Look, he has
It is. You know who it is. You know.
story.
Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
Okay,
Shut up.
okay.
Twitch-
It's fine, guys. It's
From
cool.
Warm up, it's just
Okay.
It's cool.
crying
I-
right now.
From a strategy game,
Yeah,
it would
happens
have to
sometimes
be.
in this podcast.
It would have to be, again, a controversial decision, but it would have to be Artanis from StarCraft 2 and StarCraft
Oh.
1. He was in
He's
StarCraft 2
He's
because
okay.
he kind of is me in a sense, like he's very stubborn and impulsive, which is what I am.
Yeah.
So I relate to him a lot in that
Okay.
sense, if that makes sense. I like Jim. Don't get me wrong. I like Jim. I like Tychus.
I would like
Warcraft-
Jim more than Artanis, to be honest.
Yeah, but again, I am a fucking love the Emperor, hate the Xenos type of bitch, right? And I'm stubborn.
Sure.
And I'm stubborn. And to me,
Xenos.
yes, I know. I'm choosing a Protoss character, but yeah. But Warcraft 3 obviously is going to be Thrall before World of Warcraft happened. Actually no.
After World of Warcraft, it's going to be the Red Dead Redemption character.
Yeah, Warcraft 3, I am wrong. It's not going to be Thrall. It's going to be fucking OG BMF, like badass motherfucker, Grom Grommash Hellscream.
Yeah, why would you leave out Grommash Hellscream? Like...
Yeah, no, I just realized, I was like, oh yeah, no, it's definitely not Thrall. Thrall is number 2. But yeah, if we leave WoW ahead, if we ignore WoW, Grommash, Thrall, Arthur Morgan. If we include WoW, Arthur Morgan. That's about it.
Okay, who's next?
Sorry, it's long.
No probs.
Who is next?
Who's next? Duct tape?
Okay, who's next? Alright, so when you asked that question, my first response was, I'm not going to answer this one. I have no idea because I like characters sometimes, I don't. It's very convoluted. But then something came to my mind. I thought of Witcher 3. Geralt was amazing. There are so many games that have heroes and like something interesting they do. But I had to decide, so I thought back and I thought of Portal and Portal 2, which is a very strange decision.
No.
Glados and Wheatley, male, female. These are my favorite.
Okay.
I can see that. They are very good
considered
characters.
male. Like GLaDOS was a female before she was turned into a computer, but Wheatley was always a computer, which means he doesn't have a gender.
I mean, he had a male voice.
I get what you
right.
Yeah.
Pikachu had a female voice, and it's confirmed that he's a male.
So,
No, but like,
you can have a female
these
favorite
are my
character.
favorites.
I will say those are very good choices. I think they are very good choices. Yeah.
And like, funny thing is, both of them are villains and helpers, depending on what point of the story you're on.
Well, they help you when they help themselves.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, no. I do think
help you in the end for no reason.
I do think those are very good choices. They are some very solid characters recently. No, they are some very good solid characters that came recently, right? But if you want to go robot, in my opinion, the best robot recently, it's Titanfall 2, yeah. BT, yeah. The Titan, dude. Like, see,
I haven't completed it actually.
Dude.
I liked him.
Dude,
I'm still on the way.
When I finished that game, for me, so I saw Iron Giant as a kid, and I played that game, and I got the same feelings I got as a kid while watching Iron Giant, and I was like, oh. No! This is weird!
Wait, can we mention the best character ever?
Yeah.
The Carbot Zergling?
Yeah,
Can we just mention that? This shit?
Who is it?
The Carbot Zergling. Best
Carbot
character
Zergling.
ever made.
I'm gonna Google that one.
But actually, it is.
It's
Favorite video game
It's
character
cardboard.
currently is Slave Nightgale from
He
Dark
might be the
Souls 3
cutest
because he
character.
got a tragic story
go on.
and because despite
Yeah,
being
War
a
was
love
saying
slave, he's
something.
one of the baddest of.
Cutest.
Go on, more boss. We are
Yeah, I think
believing
he
you.
might be the cutest character.
Cute.
Dave Knight, Guile from Dark Souls 3. Okay.
Oh, who said that? That was good.
Which
I would
one?
also add Artorias to that list. He doesn't have a dialogue, but his story is actually pretty good. They're like my favorite at this point.
I would say, in my opinion, the most tragic story from the Dark Souls games is, what's his name? The wolf with the sword.
Yeah. Oh, that was Artorias' pet. Like, Artorias' story was worse than his, so
Was it?
he was
Okay.
protecting us from the exact same thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
so next up is Knight, the caveman. Knight?
I
your-
have 3 characters to mention because I'm going off of my own list. So my favorite male character is War from Darksiders 1. He's one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Yeah.
My favorite female character is Maiev Shadowsong from Warcraft 3.
Okay.
Exclusively from Warcraft 3.
Okay, that's an interesting choice, I must
Like,
say.
when you get outside of Warcraft 3, she's just no.
Isn't she a zombie now? Or is that a
Actually-
different one?
Like
I don't know.
Maiev,
Vengeance.
before I knew a lot of her lore. Like
I
thought
don't
she
even
was
care
okay.
about WoW.
No, she
WoW is
did.
retcon to me.
Wow, didn't happen. You
WoW is
know,
not canon for me.
actually, a lot of
Goodbye.
people say that.
The
But
story ended when Arthas became Lich King. Congratulations.
well, I mean, some modders kind of made their own kind of a story there and made some single-player campaigns post Warcraft 3, which kind of make more sense than the World of Warcraft storyline. Far better story, so you know.
Right, and my favorite protagonist has to be Death from Darksiders 2.
Yeah, I see that. Like, I'm surprised you chose War above Death before, because War is male as well.
Yeah,
Sorry, Death is male. Sorry, Death is male as well.
yeah, War is male too, Death is male too, and Strife is male too. The only guy that's female is Fury, but
Yeah.
that's like the THQN's representation of the,
Dude,
Four Horsemen.
This is really bad. Like, I feel really sad about those games. It's like, Darksiders 1, fucking amazing. Darksiders 2, amazing. Darksiders 3, which is like Fury, was complete garbage. But Darksider Genesis, which is with Strife, Genesis was fucking great, but I feel really bad because the guy didn't get the 3D action game. He had to get a fucking isometric shooter-like game, and I was
No,
like,
I'm sure they'll either expand on Genesis or make a separate story for Strife. I'm pretty
like-
sure that'll happen.
because I think with Strife they can hit the what you call it. Sorry if I sound racist here, but they can hit the race quota because Strife. As a human was a black guy, you know, like he chose a black guy form.
I never saw his face.
He did.
I
like,
just saw the mask.
they're like, well, this might be me because I fucking read comics because I'm a fucking nerd. So,
Oh, comics, so old school, man. You're total old school.
I know.
Dude, there. Comics are
dude,
great.
I'm up to date with One Piece. Don't get me started. But Strife is technically like as a human, he is pretty much a black dude, right?
Okay,
So-
so before heading into the next question, I will reveal my favorite game character. And he is Batman!
What?
Batman?
Yeah.
Awesome boy.
He's not really
You know
a game
why?
character.
Because
'Cause
he's
he's
Batman.
Yeah,
mean,
but
Arkham-
he isn't really a game
Arkham
character.
series.
I mean,
No, he's
there are
totally a
Arkham
game
games.
character. There are a lot of
Yeah,
Arkham
but
games.
he
I played Arkham games
originated
for a
From a
good
comic, you
number of
can't really
years.
call him a game character. It's like me saying my favorite
Yeah,
game
but
character is Dara.
Batman does
from the
have
Naruto.
several-
Well, Warcraft has lore books
To
and
be
comics
fair,
and
many
stuff.
people would say like Geralt would be their favorite game character.
King,
He's from a bit.
Batman does have
So it's
several
fine. I think we can let
game
that
entries, so
slide.
I think it's fair.
And
He's
I,
in a game now.
yeah,
I
He
would
isn't
agree
a
with
game, but he's
you.
not a game character.
He's
Yeah.
a
the
character
game is
in the
literally
game.
about him. It's called Batman.
It's an
Batman Arkham
He
City.
can't be originated from
Well,
a comic.
I feel alright.
Doesn't matter.
I feel
To be honest,
All games originate on
I
a
think
board.
the
or
rule
something.
should be, if you like him because of the game, then it counts, but if you like him
Eggman.
before or not specifically because of something he
I
does
agree
in the
with
game, then it doesn't.
Completely agree with you.
yeah, like I feel like that's in a sense like it's more like
yeah, let's.
Because I love-
So
I
do you
love
just like Batman in general.
Yes.
Okay, then that doesn't count. Next.
doesn't count. Yeah.
Come on.
Which is important.
Where am I
That's
at?
kind of rude.
Why can't I just count Batman? I mean, I played Arkham City and Arkham Knight
mean,
and all
You
those
have
games
to
for a long
name
time.
a character from a
Yeah,
game.
if that was the case, I might have said Spider-Man, but Spider-Man
not?
has
But-
comic and like.
I mean, if you like it, I mean, I like Batman inside Arkham City, but to be very specific, I mean, I watched all
Did
the
you-
animated
did you
series and
like-
stuff,
yeah,
but
yeah, exactly.
But
It's more like
apart from that, I mean, I genuinely like the whole Batman Arkham series. I totally loved the entire series, and I loved how the game progressed along with it.
I will
love
say
the
this
character
right.
in there, so yeah, that's my
If-
favorite
I
game
wonder if you
character.
can
there.
guess what's my favorite Batman
If-
character.
If
Oh
Batman,
yeah,
Why
very,
not,
Very
Joker?
suspicious.
Why is this
no,
good?
no.
Are you
No, no,
serious,
no.
man?
I will
Are you
say.
serious about it?
I'm
Are you
serious.
serious about your T-shirt? Is it really
Yeah, it is.
What?
Yeah, he is serious
An
about
angry
it.
orc has
Hey,
entered
cliche,
chat.
but come on, he's awesome. He's
No, no.
No.
awesome.
Ooh.
What I was gonna say was,
Good.
yeah,
T-shirt
no, that
Oh, your teacher. Joker! Oh,
well,
yeah, he is.
What
I
is
especially
going
like
on in
the
here?
standalone Joker
which
movie.
Joker?
Hey,
though?
it's a
Which
Gronky.
Joker?
It's
Hello.
the Gronk. Gronky.
What is going on in
What's
here?
your favorite game character ever?
He can just go off of his hit.
Oh, well,
he did his
that
homework,
depends.
unlike all of you.
That
He finished
depends
the
on
list.
what? But I'd have to say probably Arthas or Garrosh.
Yeah, there we go. That works out. Next question. Okay, this is gonna be the last question for the day.
You're like
since-
trying to sell something.
Yeah, we're selling something here. We're selling streams. So yeah, so next question and last question for the day would be your favorite game lore, since yeah, we only have so much time.
I
Like,
mean,
I don't really
that's
want to
no
make this a
brainer.
3-hour
Do you mean
thing for
part of
every
lore
single session.
my favorite game, or do you mean my favorite
Game
lore?
lore.
From the game?
The lore, yeah.
Yeah,
it's
just
gonna be-
generally, what game, in your opinion, constructed the coolest or best lore?
I mean, this is a no-brainer for all of us.
No, you incarnate said Banner Saga is my favorite game lore.
I think I
like
know where
Banner
is he
Saga.
going with that.
Knight, what's your game lore? I mean, what's your favorite
Oh,
game lore?
Warcraft 3, hands down.
Warcraft 3, definitely.
Duct tape?
Game lore. I
Yeah.
need a few minutes. And you guys think?
Yeah.
Okay, Dark Souls series, easy. All of 1 and 3 specifically.
What is the question?
Favorite game lore,
I
right?
love the Warcraft story and general characters, everything, but I wouldn't call it my favorite lore because I think there's just games who constructed better, more interesting lore when go deep into it. That makes any
Well, I
sense.
would separate
Right.
Warcraft 3
I
from
know,
World of
even though
Warcraft.
I think people don't pay attention, apparently League of Legends has like a boatload of lore.
The League of Legends.
Lore is
Yeah, but the
amazing.
lore
It is
isn't
really good.
exactly
It's really good.
defined
It's really
within the
good.
game. That's the
It is
problem.
really good.
I mean,
It's-
it's
yeah.
good, but
Like-
I mean, if you really want to pick a lore, I would rather go with a lore that's actually playable instead of just a material.
You know,
put up that you wanna
I
make.
will say though,
nobody
depends.
can cheat.
there is a defense though for League of Legends. They are literally making about 3 other League of Legends games right now.
What?
No,
Yeah, no, or something like that. I know for
making
sure.
games. They're making like 7 different games, but most of them aren't specifically League of
No,
Legends.
they are. They are. Like I know, for example, for sure. I think there's like a shooter one that might be League of Legends related. There's
League of
Valorant
Legends
out
related,
there.
Valorant.
I'm not taking Valorant. I'm not taking Valorant. It's a
You
different
say
one.
so.
But this is one is 100% sure. It's an isometric Diablo-like RPG where you play. That's the Ruin King? Yeah. The one who play like Fresh and Gangplank and Misfortune, all that type of characters.
They actually haven't said the Gangplank is officially gonna there.
They fucking showed a trailer for it. It's fucking official. Like
Gangplank, but they didn't show Gangplank in the trailer, did they?
Okay, it might not be Gangplank. I know it's the Gangplank is in the story. Gangplank is in the story because it's the fucking port. So he's gonna be in the story. But yeah, no, League of Legends.
We watched the trailer, but I don't remember him being there.
I mean, lore from League of Legends is comparable to like Doom. Yes, it is there, it exists, but nobody plays it for the lore.
Yeah, well,
It's Doom.
it depends. It depends. Yeah, no. The game itself, you don't play for the lore. But
Yes.
then you are nerdy enough as me to read the lore of the characters, which is pretty nice.
Well,
By
it's
the way,
probably because I
someone
don't
can
care.
literally just cheat
Not about
and
League
say
anyway.
battle for Middle Earth, which ultimately leads to Lord of the Rings. They can just
Oh, yes.
literally cheat.
Hey,
Same could be said for Warhammer.
No. Your problem though is there. Battle for Middle Earth is Lord of the Rings. Battle for Middle Earth 2 is events happening in parallel to Lord of the Rings. That's what you have chosen if you want to go for lore.
That's
Okay,
actually nice because it is an alternative lore. You can actually choose it without having to cheat.
Is it not?
I mean, if you prefer.
at that point you can fucking go Lord of the Ring Conquest which is literally you can get an alternate lore from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I played Conquest. It's kind of shitty, but not shitty at the same time.
I finished it about 4 times. So yeah, just for who doesn't know about it, Lord of the Rings Conquest is literally Star Wars Battlefront 2, but in Lord of the Rings. That's about it.
Yeah, you even fight the Balrog when you're Gandalf. That's nice.
It's great. It's so stupid, but it's great.
It's stupid fun.
Okay.
I guess I'm gonna go with Warcraft as well. I mean, I really know very few games that kinda get to that level of depth when it comes to game lore. There are a lot of games out there, but I haven't really played a lot of games.
You need to specify Warcraft 3, remember. World of Warcraft is not canon.
Well, if we were gonna consider Warcraft 3 here, I'm gonna go like Warcraft 3 ends up on a cliffhanger. I kind of have a feeling that Warcraft 3 should had gone up till WOLTK, that's Wrath of the Lich King, and you know the story. Of course, they could have altered it a bit here and there.
But you can make a choice about it, because in my decision of favorite game lore, I did cut Reign of Chaos and the Frozen Throne in half and put it both there because.
So I kind of feel it should go.
Yeah, because I like both of them, but I think if you want, you can like say maybe only Reign of Chaos if that fits you.
No, I'm not really gonna say Reign of Chaos. I mean, Reign of Chaos was like a good introduction there. Frozen Throne was right off the bat, like you know everything. Everything is in place, and there's no introductions anymore. It's just war from now on.
Yeah, but in terms of establishing the lore, Reign of Chaos is not bad, you know.
Yeah, it establishes the role in a really good way. Yeah, I would say that. And Frozen Throne continues on just in the perfect way. And I even remember a lot of people saying that when the Warcraft movie was out, or when it was under development and all, they said that, they should definitely work on a Warcraft movie featuring Arthas. You know, the storyline of Arthas. It's really the most dramatic storyline out there. And that's why I'm mentioning this here that I kind of feel that Warcraft 3 should have ended with Fall of the Lich King. It should have gone up till that point. We do have custom campaigns and stuff of course out there that
I don't
kind of
agree
go
with
till that
really.
point. But I kind of strongly feel that should have been the definitive ending of Warcraft 3 instead of wherever it ended in Frozen Throne.
They would have stretched the game.
Yeah, but you're talking about a story at this point, I feel like.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, what game do you feel like established the best lore, not a story?
Story and lore are not
Not Once Upon a Time. More like the best lore.
Well, the thing is, it's connected. That's why I kind of have to mention it. I agree that there are different games out there, but they're not disconnected at all.
I can name games that have a superior singular story compared to Warcraft 3, but they don't have much of a lore. Like, I can't necessarily get invested in the universe.
StarCraft.
StarCraft is also pretty good lore, actually.
StarCraft is a solid
I would like to voice some opinions about like my lore picks. And I obviously chose Dark Souls 1 and 3 combined. 2 is also there, but I haven't finished it yet. Yeah. So my main reason for that is many people would rightfully say there's not much in the story when you play it normally and when you don't think about it. You just kill stuff, move on, kill stuff, move on. There isn't much dialogue. We aren't talking, people just tell us really obtuse stuff that we don't understand when we're trying it for the first time.
Pretty much like Doom.
Yeah, but in my case, for example, I was extremely slow when I was playing it because I was going in blind. I spent like about 100 hours playing through both games. What I found was that our whole experience becomes the story and the item description and so many things. And when you start connecting those joints, like, oh, this happened here, that happened there. And when you connect those events, you get a long lore. So that lore becomes part of the story, and the journey of discovering everything and how deep that is. And it actually is pretty meaningful if you get down to it, because it tells us about the human nature and how morality can be changed. So I really like it, and I think it should be and is in one of the best lores in any games.
Though it might not be the most presentable, because apparently it's fragments of lore in the items, and you have to like explore.
And
But,
like people, their dialogues, weird stuff people say. Sometimes they don't even say it. They're like hidden in the game files.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go with my lore pick now. So, while I think Dark Souls has excellent world building, the stuff you read into the items and all that stuff, it's really good. The stuff you learn about some of the bosses you fight, like Arcterius or the Vizier and stuff like that, is really interesting. And you have some very interesting boss fights, like was the Frost Maiden, where if you don't attack her, you just get past her. You don't, you're not gonna like fight her.
Yeah, she was not the Frost Maid. Her name was Priscilla. Yes.
Yeah. That's my point being, like, I feel like the world building of Dark Souls is great, but the overall story, it says it's not great, right?
It is great. I would argue against it. Why? Because it is great, but you need to pay a lot of attention and spend too much time. It becomes an archaeological discovery.
That is a problem, though, when you show the story to other people. Like, if I view a story, like me personally, I don't mind. Like, I'm the type of guy, I have a bit of OCD, and like I do go through every corner of a map. I do explore everything. I do all that stuff, but that's not something to be expected of most players. But overall,
I agree.
That is why our discussion is kind of like segmented between opinions.
Exactly.
For me, dialogues become too much of a thing. I just get bored and start skipping it. Like Witcher 3, it has amazing lore and story, but at one point I started skipping it. In Dark Souls, I didn't have to do it, so I liked it a bit more.
No, Dark Souls is great. Witcher 3 is great. StarCraft 1 and StarCraft 2 are amazing, excluding the fucking epilogue, which is a piece of shit that we will completely ignore and burn from memory. We don't ignore that. We ignore that.
Really?
We ignore that.
We got to have to put an end to the story. Just slap this thing off. Whatever. It's gonna sell.
I don't think epilogue was that bad. I mean, it was kind of lackluster, but
It's
It was shit. Yeah,
what epilogue are you referring to?
The epilogue is the one where you play as our Lord and Savior, Kerrigan.
Yes, and you become God.
Yeah, basically Kerrigan becomes your Lord and Savior.
He's Super Saiyan God, Kerrigan. It's just like...
Super Zerg.
I'm like, no.
Honestly, they could have made an entire game out of that. Like entire new campaign, not the game, but campaign.
And it feels bad because
you say Nova doesn't count as a good story.
Right? No, we ignore Nova, but like my point is being like, right? So Wings of Liberty is amazing, right?
Agreed.
Heart of the Storm is
even better.
It's average.
It's
okay.
I mean,
it's okay.
Story-wise, it's average, but it's so fun.
No. I think Heart of the Swarm I think Heart of the Swarm is even like too easy. Like even in gameplay.
It's supposed to be your freaking Kerrigan Super Saiyan.
The problem with Heart of the Swarm was, so the story is okay, but the gameplay, the reason, in my opinion, overall the campaign, I'm not saying about multiplayer, I mean completely ignore that, I'm just talking story-wise, it's average, is because by introducing Kerrigan as this really very powerful hero, they kind of made it have a MOBA feeling for a strategy game, which was not great. And then I will fight people for this. What was it called? I forgot.
Somebody call for a fight?
Legacy of the Void. That's what I was gonna say. Like, you got me talking about that shit. I was like blanking. Legacy of the Void is the best campaign of the StarCraft 2 games. But ignoring that stuff, my opinion, the best overall lore is the Warcraft series up to Wrath of the Lich King, including.
Yeah, there we go. We got somebody that.
No, you can't include 2 games.
No,
It's the
it
same
is because
storyline. It's
same
literally the same
storyline.
thing.
Warcraft is a brand. It's either Tree or World of Warcraft.
No,
Well, we have
to
two
leave you.
opinions, you know.
We're
We can
talking
combine
about
our
lore.
opinions
Say
and
lore
go with
so we can take Warcraft.
this is
Too many
again.
people talking at the same time.
Carlo.
I am talking about my choice. Let me finish my choice stuff, and then you can fucking argue.
Well, okay, sorry to interrupt, guys, but I really gotta leave. So yeah, I'll leave this to you. I just came kinda to say hi and see how you guys are doing.
Hello, we're arguing.
Oh, we're arguing.
Yeah, pretty much arguing at this point.
Hopefully I have more time to join.
Would be
the
nice
wall.
if Vegeta keep things a bit shorter, though. I would say that.
Yeah. I'll finish this in. I'll finish this in 2 minutes. Sorry, give me a second. Let me just finish this. So, what I'll say is right.
I'll hear you out.
Up to Wrath of the Lich King, including the story is fucking great. After that, you have snippets of story which are amazing, but the overall story is shit. So, to keep it in a perspective, I think that Suramar, it's a fucking great addition to the story.
Yes.
There are certain storylines around Suramar which are also great, but the fact that for example, the invasion was beaten by people so fucking easily.
Yes,
Yes,
it's shitly implemented.
Yes. So my point is more like ignore Cataclysm, which was garbage. No, I like Deathwing, but story-wise, everything else was complete garbage.
Yes, it's kind of.
Yeah, Deathwing and Raytheon were right, but everyone else was complete garbage. Mist of Pandaria, dude, see the thing,
I
right?
have to mention this.
Mist of Pandaria, the zone stories were
They're very
great.
good.
They were very good, but the overall story was garbage.
You're on point there, because Myths of Pandaria, I don't consider that to be an expansion. It feels more like a DLC, like something optional that you can go there, but you don't really have to.
Yeah.
Individually, yes, it's good, but it doesn't really have to do anything with Warcraft except removing Garrosh from the lore.
Yeah, so my point was more like up to Wrath of the Lich King including, I enjoyed every Warcraft story, and I'm talking Warcraft 1, Warcraft 2, Warcraft 3, and World of Warcraft, Burning Crusade, and Wrath of the Lich King. I enjoyed the story of each zone, and I enjoyed the story of the overall story. But since Wrath of the Lich King, I mainly hated the overall story, while I enjoyed most, I'm not saying all or anything like that, right? But a lot of the zones, right? I thought they had good stories or characters to introduce.
Yeah,
And
Storm Peaks and Zuldrak, they suck.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, but overall, it was a good expansion. That, I'm not saying that.
More good than bad.
Yeah, exactly. But with Warcraft, World of Warcraft coming afterwards, right? You have again amazing zones. You have amazing personal stories for certain characters and stuff like that. But the overall story of the game has taken a dive, towards the worst.
I really did not like Uldum in Cataclysm. I feel like that entire zone does not belong in the game.
Yes,
some here part is fine, but here could have been implemented differently.
Yeah, exactly. Uldum, in my opinion, Uldum
doesn't belong in this game.
Does not,
Guys,
in my opinion,
can you
I can't.
this so long?
It's a good idea.
You're talking
Anyway.
about specific expansions at this point.
I will cut it here.
It's getting boring.
I will cut it here, and all I'll say is Warcraft is the only game I have started to build a D&D setting for. Therefore, in my opinion, is the one with the best lore, because I would have not started building a D&D setting for a game that I don't like the lore of.
Exactly.
GG.
That's all.
Good game.
Yeah.
The end.
It is a really hard for me because I'm really late and I really gotta go. So
Alright,
I'm
later,
sorry,
Gronk.
guys. Cheers and have a good evening. Enjoy your talk.
Have a
Well,
good
it
evening.
lasts.
You too, man. Have a good one.
So
Thanks.
who's left out
Hey.
as far as left out? Really
Did
asking?
Warbucks tell his opinion?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Hey, guys, in the meantime, in the chat, No You Incarnate has been typing about
Oh
that.
my
His
God.
favorite lore is Banner Saga, and we actually started talking about the game itself and discussing about how it is. and he's legit recommending it to me. Probably play it tonight.
Banner Saga is great. It's great. That's what I'm saying.
The obvious choice is Warcraft, but I actually think I have a few problems with the Warcraft story. Obviously, I'm talking about Warcraft 3. The first is the story kind of feels weird, where a lot of pieces are kind of missing. Some of them I like not knowing who Sargeras is fantastic. But some other parts just feel not rushed, but just missing. Like, I'd like to know more. And well, when WoW like expanded on these things, I actually really enjoyed it. Like the expansion of Illidan's story, Arthas' story, and more stories like that. But I wouldn't consider it my favorite lore because the overall world is interesting. I still don't think it's my favorite. My favorite, I guess, has to be League because not only the world building is good, the overall story of the world is good, but the individual story is good. It's just very, 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 very few problems with it.
The one argument I would say that about that, right? So I feel that the individual character story and the nation stuff in League of Legends, it's fucking amazing. I do feel though that the overall world stuff is weak. I will say that. Like, don't get me wrong, Bleachwater Port, great. They fight like the bad guys, like Taken King and all that stuff. The Marcia fights, I forgot what their name is, but the bad guys or whatever. But those are just fights. Like in those fights, you have descriptions of like Darius or Darren or something like that being amazing and destroying that stuff. And that stuff I like. But to me, that tells character stories rather than world stories, if that makes sense. The thing is, like, again, as when I was thinking about like doing D&D and stuff like that, Warcraft, I can definitely make a world. Like, I already have a lot of world background for that, and I have a lot of character background and a bunch of stuff. With League of Legends, for example,
by the way,
you don't really have world background.
Like,
you have
sorry
character
for
background.
interrupting, but I think I can. After like we're done and all with the podcast, I will link you to a server that's filled with people who love doing alternate stories on Warcraft. So maybe you can brainstorm with them about that.
What? I want link to it. Sounds fun.
Sounds good.
I want to
if you
defend
feel
League
like-
of Legends overall
If you
story.
feel like brainstorming, these guys are pretty hardcore. Like, they just legit sit around and rewrite the entire story of World of Warcraft.
To be fair, as in, if I were to do a D&D game and stuff like that, and if people in this server are interested, let me know. But I would most likely set it during Wrath of the Lich King, because I think that's a fucking great period to set it into.
Sure.
So, like, with League of Legends overall story, a lot of people don't know, but they actually made some really good overall story and world building. Like, the way that they set everything up not only makes sense, but also like is freaking really good. I love how they reveal stuff like lore-wise from like something about Runeterra, Legends of Runeterra, right? And they actually reveal some really good shit about the lore that not only it makes sense, it's just really, really good. Well, when I think about Warcraft, it feels just a tiny bit overbloated from what WoW did.
Yeah.
But Warcraft itself feels too little. With League of Legends, I think it's just like the perfect amount. And that's why I like it just slightly more.
Yeah, I think like, that's more of a agree to disagree type of situation, mainly because I like a lot more world building rather than character building in a sense. Because in my opinion, once you have the world, you can build a character inside the world. Like, you might have some, again, this is coming from me wanting to make my own games in that world or whatever. But it's like with League of Legends, you have this very amazing characters, and I'm not like talking like, oh, they're very overpowered. No, I'm talking like just their character build is great, but they don't really have a world to develop into. While in Warcraft, I think you have a very good world with initially lackluster character for some of them, don't get me wrong, but they have a world to grow into, if that makes sense.
And I don't know
it
how
does.
much follow the
So-
recent story of League.
Did Stormy
recently
tell
they've
his best lore?
massively expanding the world. So
Yeah, so the only thing I know about League right now, it's mainly the games they're releasing, but that's about it. Like,
Okay,
Yeah.
So anybody left out? I'm sorry to interrupt you there. So
What was Warboss's choice? I think he did say it.
Banner Saga.
Banner Saga. Right.
Great games.
And what was your choice, Stormy?
I think I'm gonna. I think I already mentioned that, right? Up till Wrath of the Lich King, and we had a discussion on that one.
Okay, so Warcraft in general up until Wrath of the Lich King.
Yeah,
Okay.
Warcraft storyline.
So do you want to introduce a new subject, or do you want to call it a day?
No, we're gonna call it a day. I don't really want to keep the capital Z hour for 3 hours long every time. I think, I mean, a 1 hour
No,
session
no,
would be pretty
1,000
healthy. I
hours.
think, everybody can look forward to it and can spend time in it as well while having fun. 1 hour is sufficient, although we dragged on a bit, and today we're gonna be cutting it off at 1 hour 25 minutes. So
Sure.
the question that we covered today were just 3 of them actually. Actually, 3 of them.
4.
The favorite game, and then the favorite game character, the most number of hours played, and the favorite lore. So yeah, that's 4 questions, and I believe we had a long conversation on each of them. Everybody got to
By
say
the
a
way,
bit.
Stormy, just a question: are you going to use are you planning to use this whole list to maybe be the subject of podcasts every now and then, like
Yeah,
continuing
I
on?
think it's a good idea. We can use that here and there, and we can also use some sort of a quiz session or something. I have something planned out. Probably gonna do it next Sunday, at the capital Z
Oh, I
hour.
also have an idea.
Go ahead.
If you guys know, Witty Warcraft did 2 Warcraft quizzes, so we can go in blind and try to just answer it
I already
right there on the
watched both of them.
podcast.
Alright, where's the Warcraft quiz? I will definitely be part of that, and I will win it.
Actually, yeah, we can even have a score system.
I already watched both of them.
I like
so
a
that would be kind
challenge.
of cheating.
Be fun.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean, yeah.
I
But,
can host.
So I guess
Can-
we'll take a Warcraft quiz the next time we do the podcast. I think that'll be a good
yeah,
one.
just, it would be nice to know.
No, it would kind of be weird because like
No, no, no,
Warboss can't join
Be-
us.
Well,
I don't know.
Before,
probably.
it would,
I
it would
can
also,
join. I can become the quiz master if you want. I don't know
Actually,
anything
yeah,
about it.
that also sounds good to me.
also, I would like to know if we are doing, what type of quiz we're doing. Because if it's a lore question, it's something, but if it's like lore and technical question,
Technical
at that point,
how much HP
if
does
you
a
get-
rifleman have?
yeah, like if
I
you're
think
doing, if
technical
you're
could be
doing,
avoided.
if you're doing
Yeah.
technical, I would avoid it because it might be on what patch you played or something like that, right?
Yeah,
Because
that's also be a thing.
I haven't played. I haven't played the game in half a year, but I do know the lore shit, right?
I mean,
Um,
we're not gonna
so
go too
it's kind of-
technical.
It's
as
actually
in,
pretty diverse.
you don't really have
it,
to.
it goes on from asking you to recognize sounds in the game to small relevant lore questions.
Okay, yeah, no. Like,
that's
that type of
good.
stuff. That type of stuff is fine, but it's more like if you ask me how much HP or attack or defense a unit has in a game,
He does.
That's enough.
He actually does.
I will lose.
You're gonna
I will
fail
lose it
at those.
completely. But I will fail
Me
it.
and Stormy are going to rule at them.
But
Again, I already watched both of them, so I
yeah.
guess I have to host or something.
Yeah, so for me, like those type of questions, though, I am okay with them as long as we are, we are told in advance what patch versions are gonna be used for that type of stuff.
Just Warcraft 3. He isn't going to. There isn't anything even added that.
No.
Or whatever.
There are changes to HP and attacks and
There's
stuff in
a lot of
patch now.
changes.
Okay, so you
actually.
can just take recall because I don't think stuff changed, and he doesn't go too deep into the HP stuff.
I mean,
No,
Whatever
no.
stuff he does ask,
No,
he
no.
makes sure it didn't change.
Okay.
since forever.
I mean, you don't really have to pinpoint the, actual amount of attack or actual HP. It can be something simpler, like what kind of a damage does the Infernal have. I mean, everybody knows.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that type of stuff.
I
like,
mean, that'll be kind of
damage types are
easier.
fine. Yeah, no. Damage types, and even armor types. Armor types will be a bit harder, but like damage types, I'm okay with that.
Something
It's
like,
more like
what kind of a
Like
creep has
simple
chaos damage? Something. I mean.
Yeah.
that.
Like that type of stuff is usually okay. Just more like, if you ask actual values, and again, sorry, I assumed someone would make this questionnaire rather than take someone else's questionnaire, because at that point I probably saw the video already, so it wouldn't be that fair.
I think we'll make the questionnaire. Yeah, this is a good
We're
topic.
gonna
I
make
think
Warboss make all the questions since he didn't even play the game.
he's probably gonna troll us with all the
He's
questions.
like the fairest guy in the team, to be
Yeah,
honest.
he's the fairest guy who's totally not going to be bribed by another guy here.
Owner of the server.
Yeah, the only
If
thing
he's
I want,
bribed by anyone, it's going to be the Z Mafia. Like, don't try to fool me.
Yeah, the mafia.
Okay.
Sorry, let me just finish one thing. What I was gonna say is, because listen, you might be able to stream this, because I cannot be asked to stream it. If people would be interested in a D&D like Warcraft game,
Me.
say out loud, not say out loud, but like do let us know. In a sense, like if I can get 4 players, I would be down to do it once every 2 weeks.
What
Oh, no,
if,
I'd definitely
I have a suggestion on that one.
I don't know.
Like, there is this game called Tabletop Sim. Will that work with
Okay,
some
okay,
kind
what-
of DM?
what-
We would use Roll20. D&D is Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh.
So if people want to do
Oh.
That's obvious.
If people want to do a Dungeons and Dragons based in Warcraft universe, which would be set around Wrath of the Lich King, I am more than happy to DM it. It would be twice a month, so every 2 weeks, pretty much. Because I have a life.
That's not allowed.
But I would be up to take.
You have a life,
So,
illegal.
The reason I would say this, right, is like I would do it if I get 4 players, at most 6 players. That's my player, range in a sense. The reason I'm saying, like, if I get 4 players and you miss a session, it's usually okay, right? So I can still play the game, like run the game with 3 players. If I get 6 players and 2 players miss sessions again, it's usually okay. But I need to know. Okay, that's the main 2 reasons. I want to know if I can get a constant number of 4 players, like the same for guys.
I mean, constant
Yeah,
is not
like-
going to be a guarantee, but I mean, people would definitely be interested from here. I
Yeah, like again, don't get me wrong. Like I see you asking. I know you're down for that. Don't get me wrong. I saw that. I saw your image. It's fine. My point being,